Hey, what's happening guys? Mike Moo here. This video is about a very unique stereo recorder. It's super small and it's going to be a little bit hard to find here in the States, except if it was kind of imported. I have links for this product down below. It is the Sony Stereo IC Recorder ICD-TX800. It's actually almost the exact size that you see on the picture over here. So I already kind of took it out to just give you a brief little idea. This runs about $250 and it is going to be at B&H a little bit later, only in white, but I was able to get this imported. And as you can see, this practically looks like a jewelry case. So it holds two components. When I first looked at this, I thought that it was actually one device that has the remote control on the controls over here separate from the actual recorder. So check that out. That is pretty tiny. And I gotta say, if you are looking for something really small and extremely portable, this might be one to consider. It's got all the functions of a full-size recorder, kind of similar to what you see over here at the, well, if you can see here, this is actually quite a bit bigger, but it has just about all the functions and stuff available on here. Of course, minus the LCD screen, but it's got a tiny little LCD screen on here. So let me just go ahead and show you. This charges via micro USB over here on the side. This just flaps right open. See, micro USB, and that's it. So there's no headphone jack on here. There is no microphone jack on here. It has a little clip that you can see that you can go ahead and clip on things. And it's got the two microphone inputs up there up top. So these are the only way that you can record with this unit. Then you have the full-on remote control, which connects to this via Bluetooth Low Energy. So when I have this powered on, see, I got that powered on, and then I power this guy on. These two will link up together. It has a slide switch there that will actually hold, hold it so you don't lose the battery power. And this has a button cell battery that's included. But you power that on, you power that on, now you're ready to go. So I just wait for this to connect right here, the Bluetooth right there. Once it's done, then I can press the record button. As you can see, it automatically starts recording right away. It's got all these other functions as here, just like any regular Sony recorder. If you're not used to Sony recorders, I will have a link down below to some of the manual. But you can control certain things about this and go through the menu options and make changes on the fly remotely within Bluetooth range. This is probably about 20 to 30 feet away, but this is not really designed for really far remote operation recording, just basically within Bluetooth range. So these two things are both really small, and I guess that's the major draw of the unit. The audio recording quality is about the same as you get with a mid-level Sony recorder, basically less than half the price of this guy. But with this is super tiny. You can clip it somewhere and forget about it. You don't have to be worried about it. It's about approximately less than 1/2 the size of a standard one. This model is the ICD, I think SX2000. Well, I forget. But I do have the ICD SX2000. But see, what you miss out on is you don't have the expandable memory of this guy. Right? I can put in some other micro SDs. You have to have a separate you can't use external microphones here, right? And also you don't have a headphone jack specifically that's built in without using the adapter. So how they handle that is that actually within the unit, within the box, you actually have an adapter that converts the micro USB plug there into a headphone jack. So you kind of have to go with a dongle. But this wasn't really designed to work that way. What's also cool is that this has a app on at least iOS that you can go ahead and use to remotely control it via Bluetooth. And it has all the functions and features available on there. And it's currently only available for the iPhone right now. As you can see right here, it says made for iPhone. Okay, so let's take a quick look what's inside. Practically speaking, I just showed you everything that's inside. We've got some dimensions on here. It is slim and sleek design, 38 millimeters by 38 millimeters by 13.7 millimeters. It's got 16 gigabytes of memory, which you might think that is too little, but it's actually records hours, like hundreds. I want to say hundreds of hours. Of course, it obviously depends on the bit rate that you're recording. It has the remote control, which is that tiny unit to the side right here, as you can see, and also shown there on a picture. Obviously, it's quick and easy one push recording function where I can just power it up and press to record, or I don't actually need to power it on. I mean, I don't actually need to press the record button. I can set it in the settings such that when I slide it to the power, it starts recording. And of course, a smartphone remote control app, which is pretty cool. It's got an OLED screen, which is nice and easy to view and see. So even during the daytime, I didn't have too much of a problem seeing it, even with my sunglasses on. Does not have a, of course, it tells you right there, it doesn't have built-in speakers, and it does not have a microphone jack. And obviously, because there's just simply no way for them to fit it on something this tiny at this point in time and still maintain the audio quality and the bit rates and all that stuff that is available. Okay, so they just show you a little bit of an idea of how it might be used, and this is just an example of it clipped onto some pant pocket legs, which I have not done, but I have clicked it onto my shirt pocket and also to the side of my bag. So I did some test recordings in this in some challenging environment. If you look at my video of the one in Universal Studios where there was the Ollivander's wands, you can listen for an example of that. I just had that basically clipped to my shirt or my bag, I forget which, and I used that to supplement the recording from the action recorder. Okay, so besides the nice little jewelry case which holds the two components plus a little space for you to have the adapter right there, this is made of a nice kind of leatherette material, by the way. It feels like fake leather, but I don't know if it's real or not. I can't tell. And it's got the Sony stuff embossed on the side. Definitely more of a premium product than what we're used to getting here in the US. But of course, this is more meant to be imported than anything. And this is not something you'll easily find. You will find in Best Buy. It's kind of a boutique thing. They also give you a set of headphones. Haven't tried these out. These tend to be not all that great anyway, so I just kind of leave that alone. And then of course you got the it's just a standard micro USB cable. It's a little bit shorter, so they give you one of these. And then of course there's some quick simple operating instructions. I think you might actually get more instructions online through the portal than anything, but that's basically all you get for your $250. The quality of the recording is definitely decent and warrants something of the same quality that you might find for a recorder that might be about, I want to say, $80 or so. But this is super small, allows you to have remote control operation without using Bluetooth to your phone, but it still gives you the option to have more control over everything. And a great use case scenario of this is if you are a student and you want to put the recorder up front by the teacher or the lecturer, this would be a great way to just put it there. And then from here, you can do really important things, such as controlling the different settings, stopping the recording, starting the recording. Well, if you want to adjust certain things, obviously you got to use this to go ahead and adjust it. So far, I got to say, something this small, I've usually just used it in the automatic mode where it automatically decides what the best recording option is, and it seems to work out okay. It's just this. If I were to compare this, this is kind of like a fancy point and shoot, right? You have the option to go in there and adjust all the settings, but you can set folders, you can do all sorts of different adjustments on here, but really, I'm not going to use it. I'm simply not going to use it. See, I can set recording folders, I can create folders in here, I can choose what kind of scene we're gonna do, there's a recording delay that you can do so that when you press to record, it gives you, I don't know, however many seconds. So if I can show you there, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Okay, so recording delay of minutes, so you can have it start recording later. Just all sorts of settings that I don't see myself necessarily using. If anything, all I really care about is voice operating recording, easy recording where I just press the record button and I get at least something. And then the fact that I can clip this so close to whatever my scene or whatever I want to record audio from. So they do sell a white version of this, which is probably available. I think I saw it on B&H Photo. It may or may not be available on Amazon.com. If it is, I'll link them both down below. But you can adjust certain things, mic sensitivity, whether or not you want focused stereo recording or wide recording. There's even a recording filter, so you can cut out noise, and a low cut filter. I usually just leave everything like this alone and use it as you can see right here. So this is kind of a pretty unique product. There are some videos on it. Unfortunately, a lot of them are actually foreign videos, so I thought I'd go ahead and try this out and record a little bit something to share with you. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about this recorder. And I just plan on using it basically on the go. And in case anybody's wondering, this is, even though it doesn't say on here that it's certified for voice recognition recording quality, it definitely is of that level or of that same level. So if you were going to use this for voice dictation or transcription, it's perfectly capable of that. Now, I wanted to point out, when I was saying hundreds of hours, you see right here, the maximum recording time with the 16 gigabytes of built-in memory is actually 159 hours, which is more than I typically ever use it for, right? There is a corresponding app on here that helps you to manage some of these recordings, and that's the Sony Voice Recorder software, I think version 2.0. It's not bad, but they have removed some features which I used to like. Older versions of this the Sony Voice Operating Recorder or Sony Digital Voice Recorder. You don't have to pay extra for it, by the way, but it used to support podcasts and some other things. Here I can actually download music on here and put it in separate folders if I wanted to. There's digital pitch control. There's also speed so that you can listen to things a little bit faster or slower. So that's really nice to have, and it's actually even built in on the recorder unit if you wanted to, but I would just connect to this via Bluetooth to go ahead and make use of those functions. All right, let me know if you have any questions. This was just a quick look, I guess sort of unboxing of the Sony TX800 voice recorder, ICD-TX800 stereo IC recorder. All right, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.